Hey there, it's Nesh here from Sentience Personal Training, and I've shot this video today to talk to you a little bit about discipline. Now, before you switch off and go, I don't want to know about self-denial and I don't want to know about punishment, this has got nothing to do with that. This is about creating a personality trait for you that's not only going to help you to succeed in all areas of your life, but it's also going to allow you to stick with that success. It is not about willpower because that runs out, and so does motivation. Discipline is about being able to be consistent with the sorts of things that you decide when you are feeling more motivated, and that the discipline is what will allow you to keep going. So, discipline is really about being able to continue to do something when you, in your times of weakness or when you're tired, or as those can't be bothered times where you wish you could follow through with something but you just can't quite be bothered. We're human, and that's the human experience. At times, we genuinely just don't want to do the things that we know are good for us. So, discipline is about being able to do those things in the moments that you can't be bothered, that you know that are good for you. And the best bit about having discipline rather than relying on willpower, it is completely unemotional. So, it removes the emotion out of everything. And if you know that you're committed to getting up and doing a workout at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's going to remove the emotion of, oh, I can't be bothered, or it's really warm here, or it's whatever else it is that's keeping you from not achieving the goal that you've, or the task that you've set for yourself. So it completely removes the emotion out of it. But what it also does is it allows for consistency. And we know that when we're building new habits, consistency, and repetition equals mastery, and what allows us to develop new habits. So that consistency through discipline is an area where a lot of times people generally fail or fall off the bandwagon when they're trying to start a new health and well-being journey. And it's not necessarily that things that they've done or that you've done in the past that haven't worked. It's just that you haven't had the discipline or that consistency to stick with it. And I often meet a lot of clients that will come to me, and I can see that they genuinely want to make the changes. You've probably felt like that before, but there's this real frustration of this distrust, and it's like this real sense of, yeah, look, I know I really want to do this and it's really great for me, but history has shown and we've proven to ourselves time and time again that we just don't stick with stuff. And that is really frustrating, and it's really disempowering, and it can project what we set for ourselves in terms of goals, because we sort of look at a history of, oh, I haven't really stuck to it, I never really quite get there. So with practicing discipline and strengthening that discipline muscle, you're really going to be able to stick to the things that you decide that you want to actually do. And when you waver in those moments, you'll still follow through with it because you've got the discipline to keep going, and it removes all the other aspects of why you shouldn't. So discipline is a really powerful element of your personality that will keep you driving towards success. So how do we strengthen this discipline muscle? How do we get more of it? Does it come in like a vitamin at the local health food shop? No, unfortunately it doesn't. But it is a way of being. So it is a habit that you can create for yourself. And like with any habits, just like with any muscle, when we want to strengthen a muscle, what we need to do is just continue to put a load or continue to use that muscle. And over time, it will get stronger because the body sort of sees that, wow, I'm using this, and it's really important aspect of survival, so we will strengthen it. So the way that you do it is you just choose something, and you can do it this week, in the coming 7 days. Pick something that you want to be disciplined to do every single day. So I want you to pick a daily thing, because I want you to have a good go at the repetition of the practice of discipline, rather than picking something that's not going to come around for you to do again for another month's time. So pick something that's daily that you're going to have to stick to doing, regardless of what happens and which kid's thrown up or what dog has run away or whatever else is going on in your world. You're going to ensure that you make this one pattern or this one behavior or this one action happen. So it can be fitness related, or it doesn't really necessarily need to be. to strengthen that discipline muscle, you just need to get out there and start doing something with that practice of discipline. And you will feel so amazing when you actually achieve it after 7 days, when you probably thought at the start that you probably wouldn't have done it. And I can tell you, it's infectious. Once you see that you can stick to something and you prove to yourself that you can stick to something, it becomes a bit of a game. And then you go, oh, well, what else can I do? And living a disciplined life is not one of rules and punishments. It's actually one of freedom, because it gives you the freedom to choose from a more empowered position, rather than just feeling at the mercy of the world, feeling at the mercy of the chips on all the chocolate on the table, and you're just finding it hard and you can't say no. Whereas when you have discipline and you've got some values about how you want to live your life, then it really gives you this freedom to be who you want to be. So flick that switch in how you're thinking of it and pick something that you want to focus on for this coming week. Don't pick too many things at the one time, because when we focus on change, when we add more than one thing, it really waters down our success rate at the end of the week. So pick one thing, something like waking up and having your glass of hot water and lemon, or whether it's drinking your 5 glasses of water. You don't even need to pick the first 8 if you're creating a new behavior. Do that. Or it might be that you want to get to your workouts 3 times this week. So this idea this morning and this passion for this conversation came from my conversation with Anu, one of our clients, who I consulted this morning in her initial health evaluation, and we were sitting down and we were having a look at mapping out, her day, and just looking at her food intake and when she wakes and when she goes to bed and all of that stuff. And she displayed this really beautiful element of discipline in her life. And she really got the concept of never overeating. And she said, even when the food tastes really yummy, I've got the discipline to say no and just to push it away. And that is really, really powerful. So that's why I was wanting to share this with you today. So pick one thing. It might even be cleaning the kitchen bench after, every night before you go to bed, so you're waking up with a nice clean slate. Or it might even be making your bed, or whatever it is that one of the things that I love is always recommending to people not to check their social media or look at their device first thing when you wake up, because you kind of like hit with all these, everybody else's issues and ideas. But having that time in the morning to be quite special and for yourself, and thinking about your day and giving thanks for your day and generating an excitement in your mind about what the day is going to bring, rather than defaulting to social media. So you may find that you just want to do that for 7 days. Regardless of what it is, pick something for the next 7 days and get to the other 7 days, write a comment, leave a note, let me know how you went, or post it on our private Facebook page. But I would really love to see how you go, and start practicing and strengthen that discipline muscle, so you can teach yourself that you do follow through for yourself and you will back yourself 100%. Have a great day.